We begin, though, here in Washington. Whether you like President Biden or not, whether you think he is good at his job or not, last night proved he is running for re-election, and he is the frontrunner for 2024. And today, he took the message on the road to Wisconsin. He visited a union training center after proposing some of the most aggressive social welfare programs and government economic intervention in the past 50 years. He doubled down on that message today. And America likes it. A CNN Snap poll showed 72% of us with a positive reaction to the speech. 71% now say the country is heading in the right direction. That's up from 52% just before the speech. Say what you want, but that's significant. It's a big deal to see that change in polling. If it will not hold, history tells us that, but it means something. People's opinion of President Biden changed a little bit last night. George Will talked about that, as did Chris Stirewalt last night. New reporting from Politico, though, says the loudest cheers among the White House staff last night. They were all watching 16 blocks up from where I am at the White House, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The loudest cheers of the staff happened not because of anything President Biden said, but because of the Republican responses during the speech.
25% of the entire national debt that took over 200 years to accumulate was added by just one administration alone, the last one. They're the facts. Check it out. We're going to need oil for at least another decade, and that's going to exceed. And beyond that, Congress must restore the right. And some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority. Anybody who doubts it, contact my office. I'll give you a copy. I don't even think it's even a significant, but it's being proposed by individuals. Well, I'm glad to see you. And I tell you, I enjoy conversion.
To be fair, those Republican backbenchers letting off some steam, perhaps, after being called ultra-MAGA racist by Mr. Biden. Republican Speaker Kevin McCarthy stared at them like a gym teacher angry over shenanigans during a game of dodgeball. It's nothing compared to the speaker herself and Nancy Pelosi, of course, tearing up President Trump's speech. But who said Republicans ever get a fair shake? Congressman Ryan Zinke is here of the great state of Montana. Nice to see you, sir. We appreciate it. All right. Republicans never get a fair shake on times like this. We know the media is going to hold all Republicans responsible for the most extreme part of the caucus. It's just the way things happen. Did Kevin McCarthy tell everybody going into this, let's not give anybody ammunition, or was the intent to allow people to blow off some steam?
Well, but look what happened. So he started out, and I'll admit, he did well. He had 126 minutes, so he lasted longer than most people would think. His tone began to be, I'll work with Kevin McCarthy, congratulate the speaker. But then it quickly changed to things that were pretty outrageous. The claim that, that the economy is not my fault. To say that oil and gas are going to be around the next 10 years and not admit the reason why we're having economic problems is his presidency. To say that the Republican caucus wants to end Social Security and Medicare. Those are lies.
No, I get it.
Absolutely.
I get it. But I'm wondering, take us behind the scenes. Afterwards, was Kevin McCarthy pretty happy with what happened? It seemed as though he had lost control.
Well,
nobody.
I'm a gentleman. And so I've always been, look, we're going to agree to disagree, but not to be disagreeable. So he is the president of the United States, and he's my president of the United States, as he's all of ours. Okay. But also understand, look, what he said was outrageous. Okay. And this is after we had a meeting with the speaker. What was on the table, what was off the table, cutting Social Security, ending Medicare is a lie. Nothing short of it. And then to defend on the balloon, for instance, that we took action. My God. What's the definition of action? You let that thing linger all the way across the states, right? And down to where we can't recover it. I mean, come on. If you can't deal with a balloon, you're not going to be able to deal with Taiwan. Yeah,
it's interesting. You've got, we'll get to a little bit back to the way the Republicans are doing this, but I want to get you on the China thing. If President Biden had said we're going to defend Taiwan, okay, given the amount of time he took to take action on the balloon, the Chinese would already have Taiwan in their possession.
Absolutely.
In those 4 days. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.